Ну что, всех привет и праздного просмотра. Продолжаем проходить конвой, приключения его. Нажимаем, что продолжить. Тут что-то с
I've
поездом,
been
я так
on their
понимаю,
trail
будет,
for
да?
months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by
Так,
Butch
отправиться в
Cassidy,
погоню за диким
they were a loose
бандитом.
association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right.
Так, стрельбу я слышу, но пока не вижу ничего.
They blew the bridge
они
with the
взорвали
intention of
поезд.
forcing the train to stop.
Очуметь
Well, I assumed the
просто.
Wild Bunch was likely in the still
И чё,
intact
полагаете,
part of the
только так
train
идти,
high
что ли?
above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars
А не
dangling down.
упадет он?
I was determined to make that sumbitch
Слишком
Bob pay
опасно.
for what he did to my brothers.
Это слишком опасно ходить так, вы что, с ума посходили? Как так можно? Тут то же самое и здесь же. Я таки думаю, что тут что-то будет здесь. Кроме этой. А сюда надо идти, да? Вот прям сюда. Не опасно? Это марат. Да ладно. Вот и поезд сам по себе. Опачки. Динамитики.
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
Ладно, хорошо. Пригодится, наверное. Или динамит. Я проверяю, давно уже не проходил. Где ты?
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
И чё, мне куда идти надо? Сюда, что ли? По мосту? Очуметь просто. Сюда прыгать? Погнали.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixed to fall.
Как я
I had
промахнулся?
found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados.
Как тебе
Outside,
повезло, ты два раза
inside,
к тебе
any way I
промахнулся.
could, I made my way towards my prey.
Как же повезло. А?
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Фу, вот это да. Очуменно просто.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway.
А что, замок
So I
нельзя
was
пробить, что
determined
ли?
to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Get out here!
Да я бы и пробил бы этот проклятый.
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery.
Нифига
The
себе,
only
стрелок
difference is these
с
damn
бля.
ducks shot back.
Новый уровень, очуми просто. Так, новый уровень. Так, а какую кнопку-то, блин? Вот, нашел. Но я тут все прокачал. Ну давай попробуем тебя. Дальше качать будем. Что-то я не понял. Юмор. А, сюда надо, на лестницу нам.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a
You mean
hand.
like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
И все? Очуметь просто. Нифига себе здесь, блин, демонов. Вот это да. Мы прям в кучку попали, что ли?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that? Now you're really take cover! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody! Now you're dead. He'll kill us all!
Динамиты. Да, пистолетик на самом деле не мощный. Так, я должен тут, здесь что-то должно быть. Но я при этом не вижу ничего такого. Понятно, прям по пути был. Все ясно с вами.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they?
О, пулеметчик.
Only a few stragglers were left, and I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
Слишком много. Я не понимаю, откуда стреляет-то, блин. Да блять, а ну как так можно было? Ай, блин, как не повезло-то, а. Очуметь просто.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang.
Ой,
Right
только
after
не
Sundance,
это,
I
только
mean.
не это.
And Kid Curry. And maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
блин, опять, ну как так, а? Теперь буду мучиться с этим делом, да? Я так понимаю. Есть,
On that
готов.
very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Продолжит, конечно.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail, as I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Вот это да. Вот это паруса будет два пестика. Очуменно просто.
That kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he? Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Who's shooting at us? We're under fire!
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
Откуда стреляет, я не понимаю. Блять. Молодчина. Молодчина, просто супер. Хорошо отыграл. Здорово, мужики.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Нифига себе поворот событий. Где-то пистолет был. А, палец. Не нужен мне такой. Погнали дальше. А куда мне? Сюда что ли спускаться надо? Что-то я вообще не понимаю. Только делать нам сюда надо. А куда я отклонился, я не понимаю. Начинается.
Who's shooting at us? We're under fire! I'm in this!
Бак, что это такое? Поймешь. Так, ладно. Пристрелил их. Хорошо. А как мне узнать? Где остальные банды? Ой, не то, не то, не то. Ай, блин, потратил. А, тут нарисовано.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports. Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5.
Так, я так понимаю, мне сюда, да?
Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards. And I made it a point to remove any dynamite that I came across. A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
А куда дальше? А, чуваки, здорово.
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off.
А, вот где спуск, ёб твою мать.
It appeared the
Интересный
kid
бой.
had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Guess there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once
Ну,
that
нам
was
всю дорогу
done,
строят, я
I
не
figured I'd
понимаю.
find my way from there.
Уровень, нифига себе. Готов. И нажимаем. Так, что мы тут качаем, да? Вот это сделаем себе. Пускай все пушки у меня будут прокачаны. Ну, тебя я вижу. Ну, тут не одни, блин. А как ты сквозь дерево стреляешь, я не понимаю. Очуметь просто.
Just brought hell. I'm gonna cut you in two.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that
Фух,
damn
вот это
dynamite.
демон. Ну ты прям застрял здесь, я вижу. Вот это демон, блин. Был.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually, there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
You just brought hell. You ready for a belly full of buckshot?
Ай, блин, вот этот баба.
Still standing. You're gonna have to get better than that. I'm gonna load your damn kettle. You just brought hell. I'm going out shaking you.
Придется взять дробовичок. У меня больше вариантов нету. Быстрая рука на Диком Западе. Как туда попасть?
So I proceeded onward.
А, понятно, что
I
это такое.
realized that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
Да ну и в баню еще будет искать это везде здесь. Что-то все так падают, что странно постоянно.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me. It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it. The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a sledgehammer.
Блин, бежать надо. Понятно, опоздал, это бежать надо было. Тут надо бежать, простите.
I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you
Готово.
folks here today. Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge. Well, it was a touching reunion.
Вот это да, скала прям целая у меня открылась.
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed! Send him to perdition!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
Блин, ты их слишком много, а мне дробовичок. Ай. Да кто мне так стреляет-то, не пойму я. Что так, блин, сильно здесь, а? Так. Понятно, еще, ну я в кустах его через кусты видал, но все равно погибаю здесь как дурак. слишком много здесь. Надо запоминать это комбинации дурацкие, блин. А я не привык к ним. Так, что у нас? С, F, F.
Curry asked me. Nuttier than a damn fruitcake. Shoot him in the head.
Да блядь, ты кто взорвал-то меня? F, V, F, C,
He's crazy. Curry asked me. Nuttier than a damn fruitcake.
Да, хорошо тут завис я. Прям замечательно тут завис, на самом деле. Укрытие, блин, называется. Еще неправильно нажимаю на кнопочки. Так, В.
Curry asked me.
Тихо. Намид, блядь. Вы там угомонитесь, блин, а? Фу, блин. Готов. Я вижу тебя, падла.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Что это за фигня такая? Кид Карри. Кид Карри, блядь. Еще один бандит какой-то, блядь, которого надо побеждать.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
Я хотел проверить, не получится так. Так, увы, не получается. Очень жалко. Очень жалко. Есть, попал по нему. Так нечестно.
Get out of here, you coward!
Так вообще нечестно.
Shit, I gotta reload? It's not fair! For you to lay down and die. Damn! Like this cocksucker! Move it, boys! Beat fat bastard! Give me a hand here, goddammit!
You're gonna bleed!
You can't beat me! Come on, come on, come on! Do you know who I am? If you have enough, huh? Stand still so I can kill you. Yeah!
Понятно.
Time for you to lay down and die.
Так просто не получится, хорошо. Опять не получается. Да блин, он же в воздухе что ее отбивает, а? Да как так?
Hold it off while I reload. Do you know who I am? Stand still so I can kill you. Lay down and die.
Тебе динамита только нету уже, ё-моё.
What are you? Yellow?
Ё-моё. А, как хорошо-то сначала-то было, не париться и все остальное. А сейчас он... Да блин. Выскочил, блин, называется. Так, хорошо, все с нуля, да? Все с нуля. А тут кактус пока есть, бля, ебать, а кактус есть же есть.
Some help here! Come on, boys! Take this sumbitch out! Get out of here! This is the last mistake you'll ever make! Hold me off while I reload! Damn! Do you know who I am? Time for you to lay down and die! You can't beat me! Are you kidding me? Beat fast ass! Give me a hand here, goddammit! So I can kill this cocksucker! Move it, boys!
Так, опять динамит, хорошо.
Show yourself!
Стреляй по мне. Замечательно, стреляет, стреляет.
This is the last mistake you'll ever make! Damn!
Есть. Хороший удар.
For you to lay down and die.
Сейчас обстреляет, даже секундочку.
Get out of here, you coward! You can't beat me!
Eventually, I brought
Yes.
that tunnel down.
Готов, падла,
And
блин.
that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Да ёб твою мать, а. Ай, блин. Ну, конечно, везет мне. В стрельбе. Обратно еще пойдет пока. Нет, я рядом в руку попал, но в руку ничего не дает. Ай, блин.
As fast as he was,
Попал.
I was just a bit faster.
Пиздечный, блин. Да ну их
And
бани.
as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him. Those were his last words.
Ну вот и второй, еще один уровень прошли мы, замечательно просто. Я, чтобы дальше продолжить, чтобы сохранилась игра сама по себе.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kind of glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
Только интересно, куда они всех вбахивают это все. Я без понятия вообще просто. Ну ладно. Нажимаем. Смотрим. Понятно, все с поезде будет, да?
I confronted them as they were robbing a train.
Но это уже следующая
Bullets
серия,
were flying
господа.
at me from every which
На этом
way.
все. Увидимся в серии других прохождений. Всем удачи вам и пока.